Hey there singers, are you someone who's always struggled with your sense of timing and rhythm? Do you sometimes lose your place in the music or get out of time when you're working with other musicians or singers? Are you looking for ways to improve your sense of style or groove? Or do you feel like you're uncoordinated or maybe missing some kind of important rhythm gene? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then today's video is for you. In this video, I want to explain why it is that singers sometimes struggle with their sense of timing or rhythm, and then share 6 tips with you for building a solid foundation in rhythm and beat. And then also I want to explain what you should be able to do or what it means to be a singer who is good with rhythm. So let's get started right now. Hello and welcome to The Skilled Singer, a video series for adult contemporary singers who want to radically improve their musical skills and their understanding of the way music works. My name is Darren Wicks. I'm founder of Total Voice Studio. I'm a contemporary voice teacher and choir director from Melbourne, Australia. If this is your first time here and you like learning about singing and you want to become a better skilled and more informed singer, then hit that subscribe button so I can let you know each and every time I upload a new video full of tips to help you out. And now on to today's content. In order to have strong skills in rhythm and beat, you need strong foundations. So let me share with you 6 top tips for building solid skills in rhythm as a contemporary singer. Tip number 1, rhythmic experience. Singers who have strong skills with beat and rhythm didn't get that way because they have some kind of special talent or ability that escapes other singers. Instead, they've been exposed to rhythm from a young age by doing rhythmical tasks such as singing, moving, clapping, dancing, working with other musicians and vocal groups, and in responding actively to music that they're listening to. When you think back to your musical education and those formative experiences, did it include a lot of rhythmical tasks and activities? If not, the chances are that you're struggling right now with your sense of rhythm. Wherever you see yourself right now, your current ability with rhythm, beat, and timing is not a reflection of your skill or talent in music, but it's rather a reflection of where you've been, what kind of experiences you've had, and how you responded to those experiences. If, like many of us, your rhythmic education was lacking, all is not lost. You can get better and you can improve, but it involves returning back to make sure you have some of those formative experiences that should have happened earlier on in life. Which brings me to tip number 2, having the right mindset. Are you a singer who's positive and optimistic about your ability to improve and grow as a musician? Wherever you see your current skill with rhythm and timing, it's not fixed. But some singers approach rhythm with a fixed mindset and make all kinds of excuses such as, I've never been any good at rhythm, or I'm just a little bit uncoordinated, or maybe I'm too old to learn these skills. When we focus on what it is we don't have, it's easy to fall into a trap of thinking that whatever we have right now is fixed and unchangeable. And that's simply not true. In the same way that no one is naturally physically fit, few of us are naturally good at rhythm. Rhythm skills are trained and developed in our awareness over time through practice and consistency. Regardless of where you are at right now, you can improve and grow in your musical skills, but that starts with having the right mindset. The most important elements to having a good mindset are being open and positive, being teachable and willing to make mistakes, and then sticking with a process that will develop your sense of rhythm, which brings me to tip number 3. Tip number 3, consistency. The famous Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is not an act, but rather a habit. Nothing could be truer about developing your sense of beat and rhythm, or indeed any musical skill. A key aspect seen amongst all highly successful athletes, musicians, or artists is that they are consistent in their practice. And even a poor practice routine will produce results if you do it consistently. In practical terms, that means there's no such thing as having a couple of lessons just to develop your rhythm, or even just watching one YouTube video to improve your rhythm. Developing your musical skills is an ongoing challenge, and even when you reach a high standard of musical skills, you still need to maintain those skills. Otherwise, your fluency and confidence will diminish over time. There is no holding pattern in music. We're either continually moving forward or we're moving backward. Therefore, it's important to schedule practice times as part of your vocal development and to include various rhythmic tasks as part of those practice routines. Tip number 4, actively engage with rhythm. Guys, have you ever seen some kind of diagram that looks like this? This is the way I was taught to read and understand rhythm when I was in high school. We call this a rhythm tree. Diagrams like this are used to teach the theoretical names of different types of notes, their beat values, and their relationship to each other. However, some musicians mistakenly believe they can improve their sense of rhythm by using methods such as this. The big problem with approaches like this is that they're fundamentally unmusical. When rhythm is taught conceptually using diagrams and adding up beat durations, it doesn't lead to better practical skills in rhythm. Although there is some theory involved, learning rhythm is an active and body-based experience. So singers who want to improve their feel for beat and rhythm need to get out of their head and into their bodies. We get better at rhythm by moving, by clapping, by dancing and working with other singers and musicians. So stop feeling stupid or being overly self-critical or embarrassed for doing those practical tasks that get rhythm into your body. Tip number 5, using a language or singer-based approach to rhythm. Using our hands and our bodies to develop our feel and our perception for rhythm is an important first step, but it can't stop there. Ultimately, whatever we do with beat and rhythm has to translate from our bodies into something that we do with our vocal instrument. Singers have an extra layer of complexity to the way that we play our instrument because we use words or language to communicate with our audience. We use our speech organs or the muscles of articulation to create the vowels and the consonants necessary to form words. This includes our jaw, such as ya, 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 yo, 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 our tongue, la, 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 gla, 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 our lips, wee, 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 ve, 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 and to some extent the soft and hard palate in the roof of our mouth, da, 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 t, 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 j, 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 j. Clear and accurate rhythm patterns can only occur when our muscles of articulation are flexible and free from unwanted tension. And if you want to know more tips about dealing with unwanted tension as a singer, then have a look at my previous YouTube video, and a link for that is appearing on your screen right now. On another topic of language, we need to remember that each of us have regional accents and speech patterns that might interfere with our ability to perform certain styles of music or sing with a good sense of rhythm. In some cases, we need to modify our vowels and speech inflections so that they match the language of the songwriter, or better match the style of music we're intending to perform. Take, for example, this line from Bruno Mars' song Uptown Funk. If I said it in my own natural speech pattern, I'd say, called the police and the fireman. But to sing it with a good funk style, I need to sing called the police and the fireman. Called the police and the fireman. If you listen to the way I pronounce the word fire, I'm using a neutral or schwa vowel on the notes that fall on weak beats. The same approach would apply to another Bruno Mars song, Easy Come, Easy Go. That's just how you live. Oh, take it all, but you never give. And to this Leo Sayer classic, you make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing. This point about using a singer or a language-based approach to rhythm brings me to my next tip. Tip number 6, rhythm tools. If we want to improve our sense of rhythm and timing, then we need a good set of tools. And the most important tools for improving your rhythm as a contemporary singer are using your body as a percussion instrument, using a metronome, and having some kind of rhythmic language that you use with your vocal organs. Rhythm syllables are a tool for teaching, learning, reading, writing, and performing rhythm patterns accurately. Using the rhythm syllable method, commonly occurring rhythm patterns are given a syllable name that represents the way that rhythm pattern sounds in real life. When used consistently, these rhythm syllables develop your accuracy and your speed and your ability to think in the language of rhythm. There are many styles and types of rhythm syllables, such as the French time names, Gordon syllables. There are counting methods such as one-e-ander, two-e-ander, and even using common word associations such as names of animals or fruit. Alligator pie, strawberry, pineapple. 2 syllable systems that I recommend and use successfully with adult contemporary singers are the Hungarian syllables based on the Kodai method that have been used successfully to teach hundreds of thousands of children to read and write rhythm patterns since the 1950s. Also the Takadimi syllables that were developed by Richard Hoffman and his colleagues at Ithaca College in New York City during the 90s. As an example, if I use the Hungarian syllables to read the rhythm pattern on your screen right now, I'd say ta, ti, tika tika ti, tika tika ti, triola ta. And if you'd like to learn more about either of these 2 systems, I'll leave some links in the description box below. Musicians tend to argue a lot about which system or syllables are best, and in my experience, any system will work effectively, provided that system is logical and you apply it consistently. Also, it's best to avoid words that exist in your current mother tongue language and to use syllables that are reserved specifically for learning rhythmical skills. We need to remember that the actual theoretical names of most of these notes, such as quarter note or crotchet, don't represent the way those rhythms sound in real life. So what does it mean to be a singer who's good at rhythm, and what types of things should you be able to do? Rhythmical skills really apply to 4 key processes in music. That is listening, performing, communicating, and creating. Under the heading of listening, we want to be able to identify with our ears what rhythmic patterns we're hearing and accurately remember those patterns. Also, we want to be able to better appreciate or enjoy music by accurately comprehending what it is we're hearing. Under the banner of performing, we want to be able to maintain a steady beat while we're singing and accurately reproduce the rhythmic patterns that the composer or songwriter intended. And at those times when we stray from the rhythm patterns that the songwriter intended, we want to be sure that we're doing it by intention and not through error. Also, we want to be able to manipulate the elements of beat and rhythm to produce a good sense of groove and style. On the topic of communication, we want to be able to talk with other musicians and singers about our rhythm. For example, how many beats or bars that we want for an introduction or an ending, whether our style is swing or straight feel, and how we want the notes to be articulated. We want to be able to read and write rhythmic patterns using music notation, and that involves hearing what it is we see on the page and being able to see or imagine with our mind's ear what it is we're hearing. On the topic of creating, you want to be able to have your own rhythmic thoughts. That means that you can improvise and create rhythm patterns of your own and even use those in songwriting. Ultimately, it's all about your thinking. A singer who is well versed in rhythm can think clearly and accurately about rhythm, and they can have their own unique rhythmical thoughts. They can solve rhythmical problems and learn new rhythm patterns that may be unfamiliar at first. Do you have any questions about anything I've taught today or about the concept of rhythm? Hit that reply button below and leave your questions. Also, we'd love to hear any hints or tips you might have for other singers about improving your sense of rhythm or timing. In the next videos, I'd like to delve into this topic in a lot more detail and give you practical skills and tools that you can use to improve your sense of rhythm. And if you'd like me to let you know when I upload those new videos, be sure and hit the subscribe button. Until I see you next time, be well, keep singing, and remember, you were born to sing. Bye.